Well, peeps, I thought that I'd do a little walk and talk, being as I can't seem to log on to Facebook. I thought, well, I'm walking my dog, so we'll have a quick chat. Basically, what I want to talk about is how the hell they think they're going to get away with this new pandemic, this plandemic, scandemic, when at least a third of us now are awake. This genuinely is down to the American elections, the new variant that isn't, the absolutely bullshitting about a new variant that doesn't exist, and when you've got doctors like David Martin speaking out and completely denying any of this, it seems that I was absolutely right. There was no pandemic. They didn't put anything out there. This was absolutely a test and a control experiment is what it was, to see how far they could push us all into compliance. And obviously some of us are far more compliant than others, but what this has done has woken people up to the fact that even though they had the jabs, that most of them were coerced and forced to take, and then got long COVID afterwards. That must have shown people that regardless of how many of these ridiculous shots you had, they didn't stop anything, and they didn't stop you getting anything, they didn't stop you spreading anything. Absolutely ridiculous. So these people went on to get long COVID, like I said, which should have told them something. The one thing that people are not mentioning, funny enough, is the one thing that I am completely and absolutely 100% certain of, and that is that the technology, without saying what it is, come this way, the technology that they put all over the streets whilst we were all away, tucked away, locked in, just what you can see right now in front of you, right at the end of my street, not, what, I don't know, 100 yards from my front door. And I've actually got a friend, two friends, one that lives up in the top flat there, another two friends that live in the bottom flat here, and they're all becoming poorly in front of my eyes. This thing that you can see there, if I can make it bigger, there you are. Those towers, according to the dickhead on the end of the phone, runs on radio waves. When I asked him what it was that was affecting me and my neighbours in such a way that was giving us all what appeared to be flu-like symptoms, was actually something to do with the technology that nobody is talking about. It appears that we're not allowed to mention it. It's the one and only thing that gets you into trouble and gets your videos taken down and has you banned and deleted from everywhere when you try to tell people that the testing ground, I'm sure it's all a coincidence, I'm sure it's a coincidence and all alleged, folks, but when you try to tell people that the symptoms that you get from mild exposure to this stuff, particularly when there's 3 big towers within a quarter-mile radius of where you live, which to me is a kill grid. You know, it's not. That's not just telecommunications equipment, is it? I mean, we're literally up at 5,000, 6,000 millivolts round here, and nobody gives a shit because they're all stupid. You know, I'm insane apparently, because they can't understand what I can. So it makes you fall out with your neighbours badly, really badly. COVID committee verifies what I've been telling you all along. There was no COVID, no virus, and they didn't put it out there. This was a control experiment to see how far they could push us, to manipulate and control us. They got a better response from some people than they did others, obviously. You know, some people are more easy to lie to, I suppose, to fool. And I think it was Mark Twain that said it's easier to fool someone than it is to convince them that they've been fooled. So that's the state of play. I just want to say also, while I'm here, that I'm selling turmeric paste, and it's absolutely magic. It cures everything from arthritis to diabetes, skin problems, and it's literally it's doing very, very well. Yeah, the only problem I've got with it is the advertising, and I'm also breeding snails for the meat and for the slime, snail mooching. In fact, my friend's just made me, it's fantastic. I've never seen I mean, it's stood up at the moment, but when it's laid on its side, that's me snail enclosure. It's very posh. It's like a 5-star snail hotel. So yeah, the turmeric paste is brilliant, guys. It will literally get rid of anything. And curcumin, if you just look it up, the amazing effects of turmeric paste and black pepper. Curcumin is what the ingredient that you're looking for, and my paste is extra absorbent because I mix it with coconut oil and I cook it, so it's very, very absorbent. Probably only 6% of any kind of nutrients like that, micronutrients, phytonutrients. You only absorb 6%, but when you mix it and you put extra black pepper in and you put oil in, it breaks through your cell walls a hell of a lot quicker and does the job a lot quicker. So I'm going to get my work outside done, and also if you go to the car boot on Saturday, I will have organic strawberry plants as well. You can't see anything through here, can you? Organic strawberry plants that, well, I don't know, £3 each. There'll be 2 or 3 in each pot. They're about a £5 a plant if you buy them online. So yeah, strawberry plants, organic. Tomatoes, I've got seeds, all kinds of organic seeds. And if you, like I say, if you go into the car boot, Norcross, Saturday morning, it's on Faraday Lane. So if you can make it there, you'll be able to have a look at what I'm doing. I was going to talk about the immigrants, these lovely foreigners who, in my experience, are pulling the wool right over everybody's eyes. First experience I had was a friend of mine selling his car on Facebook when 4 Albanians turned up and literally tried to take it off him. They were very, very intimidating, and this is a big lad we're talking about. This is not a little shitbag. This is a big fella, and they frightened the shit out of him. So that was like my first introduction to the fact that they're all around us, but we don't see them. And then the next was at the car boot last weekend. I was helping someone, and there's my pregnant girl, and this cat's having babies, and I keep trying to keep her in. Yeah, they were pretending to be decent people. There was a family full of them, and she was complaining that she was staying in a hotel, and please pray for me and my family. Now, I saved the life of an Iranian woman years ago when I was in prison. I was on remand for attempted murder for something that I was later acquitted. It was actually self-defence. But I did a year at Her Majesty's pleasure and got addicted to heroin in prison. So it essentially destroyed my life, which I've never been refunded for or had any kind of anything, in a way of sorry for what we did to your life. We know you came in here without an addiction and left with one, and we do apologise for that. None of that happened whatsoever. So the immigrants, the pretending to be they're pretending to be nice people, desperate, and asking you to pray for them. Meanwhile, stealing from the stall that I was stood behind, laughing to a friend, saying, silly bitch, I told her I was a social worker and she believed me. Now, I might be a very nice person is what she said I was. Well, I said I might be a nice person, but I'm not a fucking idiot. Away you go. And so, yeah, they tried to nick my phone. They were trying to get something that should have been 30 quid for a pound. Horrible, and not desperate at all as they claim to be, particularly not the ones that I've met. So, when you're talking desperate and you can't go home, you're talking about the woman like that situation whose life I saved in jail. She was going home to be buried up to her waist in sand and bricked to death in front of the community. And she was brilliant and beautiful and amazing, very courageous woman. Rode about on a motorbike with her boobs strapped up and was very spirited. She was tortured in the police station. Her husband was a bent copper. This woman really was in need. She was seriously an asylum seeker. Now, she was willing to scratch somebody with a little tool that she had, to stay in jail for 2 more years while I got out and told her story so we could save her life. That's desperate, and that's attention. That's not because they want to come here and make money. She came here to escape a horrific life, and would rather have been in prison in this country than return home. They're asylum seekers. The people that are here, the examples I've seen, are not asylum seekers. They're liars. I'm not racist, but I'm not stupid either. And my experience of these people is that they're taking the pure piss out of us, costing all the taxpayers a fortune, and it was all part of the plan to destabilise. I mean, who else could they put? Oil and water do not mix. Their way of life, raping children, having sex with 12-year-old boys, all those things that they regard normal, we do not here. We do not agree with those things. Notice that the grooming gangs don't attack their own girls. They get our young 12, 13-year-old kids that have not got great parents addicted to whatever, and they rape them instead, allegedly. What else did I want to talk about? The migrants, the Maui thing. They've set fire, and it's been seen on camera. They've used 5G laser technology, concentrated laser beams, to cause fires and burn the Aboriginal people, the lovely people of I can never remember the name of it. Maui. What is it? It's Jesus. You know where I mean. Another fire started half an hour ago. I'm in touch with a guy that's the only one, it seems, that's got internet. They've got no way of talking to anybody, telling anybody what's happening to them. The aid that they should be getting is being withheld, and they're literally dying, these people. Joe Biden the other day stood and tried to sympathise or empathise with these poor people by telling a story about his kitchen going on fire Poor fucker. What a shame. He said his wife nearly died and they couldn't move back into their house for a year. And it nearly burnt his Chevy. Boo fucking who? You know, this is sickening. Listen, these globalists, they know that we know this is dangerous. In another 2 months, they're now producing a new variant. I've forgotten the name of it. It's something to do with Antarctica and an icicle, a big iceberg. But anyway, when I rang the hospital today, we don't have anybody in our hospital. Didn't even know what I was talking about. They had no idea. So you've got new lockdowns coming in the name of a new variant. They're already masking up in London, Manchester, in hospitals, universities. That's already happened. Expect it in a town near you very soon. How they think they're going to get away with it, I do not know. When probably a third of us, even more now, know that this is nothing to do with the virus and everything to do with culling the herd, thinning out the herd, and weakening the sheep, and charging you for it at the same time. So I apologise for the camera work, guys. It was more the information that I was more bothered about. So take care, and I love you all. I'm banned from Facebook, so I don't know where I'm going to put this, but if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel that's hanging on by a thread, Jojo McHugh News for You on YouTube. There's 2 actually. The other one is Joe McHugh True News for You, number 4U. Yeah, if you could just take a minute to do that. Hit the like button, share this, and sub to whichever channels you can see that are mine. They're hiding my stuff like you wouldn't believe at the moment, because nobody is allowed to mention the 4+1 towers that, with 12 customers within a mile radius, they certainly don't need 3 big killer towers for. Makes no sense whatsoever. Anyway, get in touch with me if you want any mucin, raw snail slime, for anti-aging, for burns, any kind of skin reparation. Get in touch. And anything organic, worms for fishermen, for gardeners, seeds, and I'll see you all on the next one. Take care, guys. Bye now.